Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to see what it takes to get this 50-year-old helicopter back gracing the skies. Back in 1975, Peter Valentine and the team at Micromold unleashed the Lark, a fixed pitch, radio controlled helicopter that cost $59.95. That's around 570 quid today. Built from aluminium, plastic and wood, it came to life with a 20-size glow plug engine that sprayed oil everywhere and sounded like an angry chainsaw on helium. No gyros, no stabilisation, just your thumbs and a bit of courage. And for the truly adventurous, you could even bolt on a pair of floats for just £4.98. Let's dive into the marvellously mad machine that helped kickstart RC helicopter history. Alright, so we're all now fully up to speed. So what's the plan? It's got a load of servos in it that are completely knackered. They're going to need to be replaced obviously because they're ancient. They wouldn't be any good whatsoever. Everything else though I'm going to try and keep, and I'm going to try and just overhaul and get going. I'm not going to do a full rebuild on this. I don't want to do a full rebuild on this. I just want to get it back in the air, see if I can get it flying, see if I can get the engine back up and running, give it a new lease of life if I can, which might be tricky because I think it's actually seized. But let's get into it and have a look. That is definitely seized. So let's get this out. Ooh, crusty. Oh, very crusty. I wouldn't have thought back in 1975 they had Velcro, but they have, evidently. Way off. Velcro was actually invented in 1951. What is that? First invented in the late 1800s by some Swedish geezer, that is a NiCad battery. Frickin' switch. Probably some weird BS, something as well. There it is. BS. There are actually 4 BAs. BA threads were developed in Britain in 1884 and standardised in 1903 by the British Association. Oh, what's this? Oh, 2 metal shims that go around there. Interesting. Not so much looking back. I think I'm going to have to undo all of the side panels to get this motor off. It is done. I filed out that a little bit so it'll fit here perfectly because it is some weird ass UNF or whatever it is. BP, whatever. Oh, that's painful. Now, just get on with it. Oh, like a glove. Ooh. Pretty good. Pretty good. A lovely bit of goo here, look. Whoa. "50 years old, powerful, reliable, durable, versatile, efficient, precise, balanced, smooth, responsive, consistent, energetic, rugged, polished, innovative, classic, nostalgic. Anyway, that's enough about me. OS Engines, founded in Japan in 1936 by Shigeo Ogawa, built its reputation on precision and reliability, becoming the gold standard in model aviation. In 1975, they introduced this engine, the OS Max 20, also called the OS 20 FP, a compact two-stroke glow engine that balanced lightweight with solid performance. It featured a 3.46cc displacement, 16.6 by 16mm bore and stroke, and produced around half a brake horsepower at 15,000 RPM, all whilst weighing just under 200 grams. The engine used a piston baffle design, typical of the era, which gave it smooth operation and dependable power delivery. Easy to tune and built to last, the OS 20 became a favourite for small sport aircraft. Even today, it remains a classic, a reminder of the craftsmanship that made OS engines legendary. Hey! Well, that was a bit of a ball ache, but I got it freed up, so that's all good. Just got to move on to the carburetor, which is also seized, put it all back together, and then see if it runs. I have cobbled together this thing here, and I was going to run it outside, because I was going to take it outside and probably run it up thinking it was going to be an absolute nightmare to start, and it's just fired up by flick starting it. I was going to use this, and it doesn't even need that. I'll see if I can get it running again. 1.5 turns out. Put a bit of fuel through. Ugh, got it in my mouth, that's horrible. Okay, tick over, bodged this battery together, which is an AA solder because I haven't got a proper glow thing, so that goes on there. I did test the glow plug and the glow plug did work, but check this out, see if it runs again. Flick starting with my fingers, ready? Oh, that is amazing. Right, let's have a look at this. I can't hear the clunk at all, and there's quite a lot of build-up of two-stroke oil. Whoa. Crunchy. That's never that old, surely. That tube there, I would have thought if that was that old, that would have been solid. Slug of oil. What I've got is this one here in stock. really good. So I think I've got all the bits that I need to get this thing back in the air. Right, let's have a go at doing this then. Eesh. Well, there you go. It is on. Right, get the engine back in, get this thing in the air. No more problems. We've got a problem. This belt does not, see, out of phase, goes in, back out, goes in. Here, this problem is super tight. Right then, let's make a new one. In the mid-1970s, the world of RC helicopters was a very different place. Models were expensive, complex and notoriously unforgiving. A single crash could wipe out an enormous investment. But a small UK-based company named Micromold saw an opportunity to change the game and make the holy grail of RC flying accessible to everyone. They introduced the Lark, a model helicopter that was a practical workhorse, not a delicate showpiece. With its simple, rugged design, it was affordable, easy to repair, and tough enough to withstand the inevitable crashes of a beginner pilot learning to hover. The Lark proved to be an instant hit, receiving rave reviews and becoming the go-to trainer across the UK. Its success opened the door to a new generation of pilot and built a community around the thrill of mastering helicopter flight. But Micromold continued to innovate, releasing improved models like the aerobatic Lark 240. But as the 1980s progressed, the market became more competitive. Newer mass-produced models like the MFA Sport 500 offered a similar performance at a lower price, and by the mid-80s, the Lark was phased out of production. The company itself quietly faded away, but its legacy is undeniable. The Lark wasn't just a model, it was an introduction. The tough, reliable first steps of thousands of hobbyists. Micromold built more than helicopters. They built a community and proved that with the right design, anyone could take to the skies. So it says in the manual to have between 1/4 of an inch and 3/16 of an inch of movement. And I think that's about right, I reckon. Yeah, that's all very well, but will it work? And more to the point, will it melt? Plop it on and start her up. That's brilliant. Right, to give this the best chance of flying, these blades that have gone a bit crinkly and wrinkly need to be heated back up again and smoothed out. So get that done and then we've got a good chance to get this thing flying. Just don't get it too hot. These are 50-year-old blades. Oh shit. It's happened. Look. Balls. Did tell you. At least it's underneath and near the root of the blade. Just went slightly too far with that. Right, just a few final things to do. Radio gear operational and working in correct direction. Check. Checking out, bit of gyro, and check it works right. Check. And finally, sit back, admire your work in case it smashes to pieces. Check. Having oiled up all the bearing surfaces as per the instructions, this was just going to be a nice easy run up to test the engine, test the blades, test the tracking, make sure it wasn't going to shake itself to pieces, just basic stuff. I would check the 3D printed part wasn't going to melt as well. The engine started with the belt off the pulley. Once the engine started, the belt can be put back on the pulley, but you can just hear it dragging the clutch slightly. So, all good so far, no terrible shakes, everything's pretty good, engine's alright. Just check the tracking, that's all good. Well, maybe I should try and fly it. Whoa, sketchy. Not the best hop in the world, but pretty good though. That's the first flight it's had in several decades. Right, initial reactions are that this thing's not particularly responsive. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Right, try and get it a bit more under control this time. What are you doing? Right, so it appears to be super unresponsive, yet super quick to get out of control. Nice. And I'm pretty sure the gyro wants cranking up as well. It's a bit more like it. So a tweak of the gyro, a quick check over, and then get it down the flying club and start doing some loops and rolls with it, I reckon. Oh, maybe. Everything's good. Apart from me getting a tail strike on the patio, on the decking, everything's fine. This wasn't hot. There was no heat that was put into this gear, which is good, from the belt. I know it was only a short flight, but still no heat whatsoever. Nothing's come loose as far as I can tell. The engine was on song. Beautiful.
It doesn't have the old collective pitch. You got to be real steady on the. That's about as much power as it's got.
Thing's got the grace of a blind daddy long legs, about as much power. It stinks, get oil everywhere. I love it. It's not so much about the flying, it's more about not crashing, to be honest, but it's great fun, and it's 50 years old. And who knows, hopefully in 50 years time someone else gets to do the same.